Hello and welcome to this weathered hangout and chat thing. We recently got together over the internet to talk about our upcoming record, Everything All at Once. In this conversation, we try to recall the timeline of writing the songs. We also talk about the writing process, album art, and we get off topic constantly. We had a lot of fun hanging out and talking to each other, and we hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening. Our writing process at this point is that I had moved and was out of the state, states away. We had a couple songs written, and then a bunch of ideas that were really not fleshed out really at all. So we had to figure out, because we knew we were writing for this new record, and we had to figure out how we had never written a part before. Our writing process was always four guys in the basement, hammering it out together.
Yeah,
I don't think we wrote a song prior to this record that wasn't that. And so we really had to figure something out, so these songs could happen.
Well, I suppose Chasing Me would be the first one on that level too, the first one that really came full, we're writing a song and this is what it is.
So I moved in August of 2018. I'm pretty sure. At the very end of July. Yeah. And we had started writing songs for this a month or two or three before. And I think one or two songs were written and pretty much finished. Moonlight was done basically before I moved. And I don't know if any others.
I'm certain we have a demo of it. I know we did Quick Tempered in your basement as well.
Oh yeah, Quick Tempered. Yeah, yep. Those two really haven't changed much since we wrote them.
They formed very quickly.
Yeah. So those two were written, and that kind of makes sense sonically to me, Is Moonlight called Moonlight?
No, it's called Mach 7 now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll have to make sure we.
That's going to be an issue.
That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So do you want me to you want me to read what I have for notes on 10/3/18?
Yeah.
We were in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where we played that night. We played at the Cyclops Cafe. We played with Eves, Captain the Sky, and it was a tour kickoff. We had a pretty decent show, and then we drove to Cleveland on the 1st, actually. So we were in Cleveland for 2 days before that.
Yeah.
And we met with John, and we practiced, and then we saw Unturned play in Cleveland, which is also pretty fun.
Yep, at my home.
That was fun.
Yeah. And Kay Dargs, she was there.
And Kay Dargs was there, and I think Matt Anthony
he was playing drums.
Doing drums with them.
Yeah.
So after the show, we went and explored a church, and we stayed with a guy named Aaron, and we drove to DC early the next day and saw the Capitol, and then I dropped my keys in the sewer like an asshole.
That's right.
That is right.
Yeah. Within 2 seconds after stepping out of the van.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it says too. Alec dropped keys in the sewer like an asshole.
That's a record show.
Yeah. It was
okay. We for sure practiced in Cleveland, right?
Yep, yeah. At my parents' house, in their garage.
And then we stayed the night somewhere else in Cleveland, or I'm pretty sure we would have stayed with your parents.
Yeah, we stayed with his parents the entire time, and then after we played in Pittsburgh, we stayed with Aaron.
Yeah.
I will never be more devastated I was than when we went to that church afterwards.
Oh.
Because I thought we were going to go get food.
Oh,
just go to this church, and there's no food.
Yeah, and we were there for a long time because it was kind of a cool spook. It was kind of spooky and weird.
It's a cool spot.
Old. It was old, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so if you had no idea where we were going and we ended up just taking you farther away from food than you ever thought possible.
Yeah,
it was like purgatory. It's like food purgatory almost.
Well, yeah, we walked there too. I was like, this is awesome. Play a show. We'll walk over, get some food. No. Eternity of waiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next date though is 10/6/18.
That's right. In Lynchburg, we played 5th Street Grind with Eves, Quick on My Feet, and it was a pretty decent show. We had fun exploring, and then we drove to Raleigh.
We practiced there.
Yeah, we played to Raleigh and stayed with somebody named Joe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Can you picture where we practiced? I remember we drove it was that garage.
So we stayed with somebody, but then we played in a different house. Like we had a day off.
Yeah, exactly. We stayed with somebody.
Earther's house.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, didn't they have a great band?
Yeah.
They
Earther's
were really
great.
good.
They had like a 4-song EP, and we listened to it like 3 times straight.
It was on repeat in our van.
Yeah. We stayed with my high school friend Joe. Shout out,
Joe.
Joe Wall.
Joe Wall, baby. Yeah.
And then that same day, I think I flew home. I had to fly home and go to a thing. And I remember that practice very well because we were working a lot on Drop D2, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
I don't know what the that's only a working title, but we worked on Hung Up a lot, or Chasing Me.
Yeah, Chasing Me got a lot of work on that day for sure. I remember it was kind of a frustrating day / practice, because we were working at a lot of songs that we hadn't worked on.
That's right.
Like Hung Up, we kind of had the song idea, but to me, I love that song because it's like really simple and really good, and like I think the melody carries it a lot, and I think, at least from my perspective, we were trying to do too much with it at first. Like we wanted it to go places where I don't think the song ever wanted to go.
Sure.
Like I was always like, what am I supposed to do? Like, oh, it's just play the chords, idiot. Like,
Yeah. That is my recollection of it as well. That it was just like a really frustrating practice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's always hard to like convey like what you want it to sound like, or like what you're going for, and then when it doesn't sound like it, I don't know, it can be like really upsetting. I guess.
Yeah.
I think that was a big struggle for you and I, Justin, when we were doing, we were doing practices every week at our old house in Robbinsdale, and that I feel like that was a big part of like where you and I met some tension, where because like we'd be working all the time and doing whatever we were doing every week, but like if it wasn't meeting your vision, excuse me, just get him out of here. If it wasn't meeting the vision, it was just frustrating because like I don't know what you're looking for either, and like we had a hard time communicating about it, and then we get thrown into this practice in a new spot that's all the way across the country, and like we haven't been together in months, I suppose, like 2 or 3 months, I guess. But it makes sense to me that it was frustrating because like we're working on new material in a new spot with a new writing format that we've never been through. Like it was tough. That was hard.
And I think too, like when you guys work by yourselves, I think it's really hard because I think when you add Christian and myself, or when it's not just 2 people, what that adds is like if Justin's saying something that he thinks should happen to a song, or like trying to describe his vision, and like Alex not getting it, like that's the only there's one connection there. But if I'm there, I can maybe like bridge the gap, or Christian can bridge the gap, and frame it in a way that actually makes sense to the other person. Because that's happened before. But I do know for Chasing Me, like if I'm remembering correctly, the ending of that song, which I love, really took its shape in that practice.
Oh, sure.
I'm pretty sure that's like where that lead line for the end, that's like the first time I think we played it full together like that. Yeah. It was rough, but like, that was kind of born there, and
Yeah, I remember coming out of that practice thinking like us all agreeing like, okay, no matter where that song goes, it's got to end there.
Yeah.
Like we want to get it to that spot because like that spot really hits. And it's
I remember trying a bunch of different ideas for like a new intro too. Like we had, like Justin wanted this like big, crazy, like weird, dissonant, like kind of weird, crazy intro. And I remember working on that a little bit.
Yeah, we tried some stuff. Like I said, I think we wanted the song to be more. Yeah. Or like we thought it had to be more.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I remember thinking for a while that, that would make a really good first song on the record. So I wanted it to have kind of this long, weird intro, like where you didn't know what was going on with it? Or no. I think I still wanted like Mach 7 to come first, but I wanted to be this weird bridge between those two songs, you know. But I like the way they are now is really good too. Like there's no weird bridge; it just sort of like happens, and it's like way better. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. One last tidbit though, like just with the frustration aspect of it, like you go into those few full band rehearsals thinking like there aren't that many of these, like this has to go well, and then when it doesn't, it's like even more frustrating because like you feel the pressure. Like this is like our one practice on this run to like, really write
we really there's Spencer waving in the back. What's up, Spencer?
What's up, dog?
First 2 shows of the tour were dropped, and we spent 2 days writing for the new record. We played
on what date?
It says 7/3/19.
Okay.
So I don't know if we. I think I would assume we played the show on the 3rd.
Yeah.
We played in Iowa City. We played with Basketball Divorce Court, and we played our Iowa City show.
That's accurate.
And then we played. We sang 1,000 Miles by.
Holla Back Girl.
And Holla Back Girl. Yeah. We did karaoke after the show.
Karaoke night. Yes.
And then we drove to Audio Feed, and we slept 4 deep in the van in 85-degree weather. Sick face. And then we spent the next day getting situated at Audio Feed, and then we were just at Audio Feed after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we spent 2 days at our house in on Noble rehearsing, and that must have been when we fleshed out a lot of stuff because let's see, 2019.
But we weren't at Jeremy's at that time writing.
Nope.
Okay. I mean, we did a lot of work at Jeremy's. Whenever that was.
Yeah, whenever that was.
Because we basically demoed the whole record, and I'm not sure what songs do you remember that we demoed there that aren't on the record, or like, or are there any on the record that we didn't demo there?
Reservoir for sure.
And I will not go probably.
Yeah, those two. Yeah.
Because we wrote In This World. Or the idea came for we were on the
road. We were in Montana.
Yeah, we were in Montana. Oh, that's when we went out to Joshua Fest.
11/19/18.
Yep.
That was the Salt Creek tour. I'm pretty sure.
That's the Salt Creek tour for sure.
Yeah. Because I remember like that's how we got hooked up with Jeremy and got to know him a bunch. I think I just highlighted that one just because I think that's when we all kind of realized, we should definitely go with this guy. Yeah,
that's right. Because, Jeremy kind of is a part of Salt Creek, more or less at this point. But he was just filling in on guitar for them. He had done that a few times. And the first time we met him was at the Sioux City show.
Right.
Yep, where we played with Hop Mulligan and Salt Creek and Kayak Jones, I think.
Jeremy was very goofy on that tour.
Yeah. I remember meeting Jeremy the first time. I was like, oh, this dude's kind of cool to talk to. And then we toured with him. I was like, all right, okay.
Because all I knew of him up to that point was he's a married dude. He's got his own business. So in my brain, he's oh, he's got to be solid adult. But then he's the most goofy person in the van.
Oh yeah. And he was just,
he's letting loose.
Oh yeah, tour. He was just, rolling with it the whole time. That was that was sweet.
Which I would be doing the same thing. If I was a fill-in, I'd be heck yeah.
No response. No. Yeah.
Except for half an hour every night.
Except for Jeremy probably assumes a lot of the responsibility with that band because they're all good friends. But
yeah.
That was we just friends first. That's definitely working with Jeremy was a friends first thing.
I think my favorite memory of that tour was just the fact that it was seriously 11 of us in the Relentless merch van with a trailer, just going through like the most barren parts of the States. Like
that was the worst. You talked to Salt Creek about it, or at least when we talked, that was like one of the worst tours either of us have ever been on. But it like I look back so fondly on it because of the people. We
had so much fun.
Like we were in the van with those dudes, and
I think Andrea was there too, right?
Andrea was there with us. Yeah.
It was a great time.
That 5-4 day. That was the last date that I had.
So. Okay.
So that was the date that we rehearsed at Jeremy's.
Yep, and we played. That was the show at Sioux City. We played at the Ox.
We played at Whiskey Dick's.
Oh, we played at Whiskey Dick's.
Winter Wayfarer.
Right. Yep, that's right. Okay.
And
cool.
And
yeah, and we spent 2 days at Jeremy's, and he was just like super kind. We had met him on that tour, and he let us just like be in his studio for 2 full days, just making a lot of noise, full band.
Yeah, he recorded us play too, so we had nice, good sounding demos to go home with.
Really good demos, the best demos we've ever had by far.
Yeah,
man, that was nice. Very helpful.
We worked on a couple of songs that weren't on the record.
I also want to talk a little bit too about like of the 2 singles we've done, like any writing thoughts with those. Those are two we've kind of talked a little bit about that. So Quick Tempered was the first one out. We wrote that completely together.
Yeah.
For the most part. I don't think anything changed. Like my leads are the same leads. The only thing that's different is that one lead, like in the middle of the chorus or whatever, we wrote that in the studio, and I think the lead at the very, very, very end.
Yeah. We recorded the lead at the very end at my house.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
That after the fact.
Yeah, we thought it needed something else.
Like that song is cool though because we wrote it as a group, but like we wrote it all together in the same spot. But then as time went on and like we kind of worked on it more and more, like that tempo change was never written in there until we started demoing. It was like, we have to have like a fast, like a pretty like staunch change in time here. Like we have to make it quick temp, like you're getting angry fast or maybe that's not like the truth of the song, but like
it feels right. Like it doesn't really feel like there's this weird thing. It kind of just ramps up naturally.
Well, yeah, I think when we would play it like straight all the way through, the rest of the song just felt too slow. Like you could feel like this needs to like pick up more.
Yeah.
To speak in terms of like the contrast between the 2 songs, like I think it's very clear to see that like not being in the same place definitely made it easier to write different styles of material.
Well, I think like that came with the territory,
right?
Of being separated. It's gonna be different. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Justin's. We talked about this while we were in the studio. Is like we more than ever were on a quest, and I think continually will be on this to like write good songs. Like throw everything else aside, like. It doesn't have to sound like Weathered. We're trying to not have that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to work on this song because it's not a Weathered song. Like,
I think it's going to sound like Weathered no matter what. I think we're not worried about being confined to whether or not a specific genre correlates to what we're working on. You know what I mean? Like like if we have a country vibe to one of our songs, like we're not gonna let it stop us.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do it, right?
If we think it's a good song, yeah.
If we believe, we're into it.
Like and at the end of the day, like we're still like a rock band. It's gonna be guitars and drums and
Well, and even a song like Chasing Me, like I remember thinking like this is a country song. Why are we doing this? But then, like, the more we got into it, and the more we got into this, like, when we brought it to the studio, like, and it's a Weathered song. It's not a country song. Like,
for the record, I low-key want to become a country man. So
you just want to be Wilco. You just want to be Wilco. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. We always get our artwork from my sister, Hosanna Termat. Which I think is awesome. Like I love scrolling through our Spotify and just like seeing like this really cohesive spread of art. And obviously it's got like deep family ties too, so that's really cool to me. But this one specifically is really funny to me, because what the picture is not what I thought it was. And I remember we got like this photo dump from Hosanna, and I'm like flipping through it, and I pretty much every release we've had, I've known immediately what I want to be the cover. Like, this is the one. But I always send you guys multiples, you know. But that one, I remember I sent it to you guys, and I had like this write-up about how like this feels like you're like standing on the shores of Lake Superior, and the wind is like cold and it's biting your cheeks, and like there's trees being blown in your freaking face. Like you just came there for like a moment of peace and quiet, but you can't, you know, even achieve that. And like, I don't know. So when we did select that piece, I like was talking to Hosanna about it, and I was like telling her what I told you guys to sell you guys on it, and she's just like starts laughing in my face because it's just a picture of a deck. You know, it's not Lake Superior at all. It's not water, it's not waves. It's literally like a railing of a deck. So but once I found that out, I was like, oh my God, it definitely has to be it, you know, like without a doubt. So
that just goes to show you can see whatever you want. Exactly.
Yeah. And now, like the people I've talked to about like this record, it's not out yet, but I've shown like the artwork to people, and I always ask them what they see. I swear 9 times out of 10, they tell me they see a lake, you know, they see waves. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool element to that. Yeah, I don't know. But overall, I think my biggest thing with artwork is I want it to be its own piece itself. Like, I don't necessarily like artwork that feels like you're trying to frame the band as like a marketable, you know, like, or selling or anything. I don't like any text on a cover at all. I like just like, here's this art. I don't know. Obviously, you can't do that forever, but we probably will.
But do you, I mean, like, with that being said, when you think about art, are you thinking about like how it reflects the music or the record, you know?
Definitely. In the past, I always kind of think in colors, like what colors do like these sounds make me feel, and like, do they show up in these photos kind of. Like Misnomer is a good example of the colors. I can't explain why. I just can't, but it makes sense to me. This one, I didn't really see like the blues and the whites that we have in the album art for this one, but like the vibe still felt right to me. I don't really have like a good way to like quantify how I feel about it, really, you know. It's just kind of like a gut feeling for a lot of it.
That's why we let you do it, like, because you're good at it. And I don't have that gut feeling. I'm always like, oh yeah, this is sick. Like, yeah. Like I've had like anything you've ever picked, or I was like, yeah, I'm down. This is awesome.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. I think throughout the history of this band, a lot of art stuff has been like me sending you guys a bunch of options, and then me tweaking the options that I just sent you, you know, like, and then resending them again, and you guys all just being like, yeah, do your thing. So I don't know. It's nice having that freedom from you guys. It's nice I get to collab with my sister for everything, basically.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think us too, like, you know, it's cool for us to have somebody that has done all of our art. You know, like literally all of our releases are from, the art came from one person. And I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know she told me she gets like a sick thrill out of opening up Spotify and like seeing like us on like a Discover Weekly, or like for our new songs just coming out, like artists you may know or like know releasing something, and seeing her own artwork is pretty cool for her. That's cool. So yeah.
Well, you made it to the end. We're not exactly sure what this is yet or what we're calling it, but we'd like to do more of this in the future. If you liked it, let us know by commenting or sharing it with your friends. But the big news is that our new record, Everything All at Once, is coming out on November 20th. Currently, there are 2 singles, Chasing Me and Quick Tempered, that are streaming everywhere. Go listen to those and follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. And you can also pre-order the record by going to facedownrecords.com. There you'll find pre-order packages, vinyl options, cool merch, So go check it out. Maybe there's something you'll find cool. Pick something up. Until next time, thanks for listening. See you later.